On. Okay, guys, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of Person of the Week. Today we are interviewing my good buddy. He's on the phone with me right now. Marcos Lee, aka Piggy Inc., who recently directed his newest fan film, Spider-Man: A New Age, on YouTube. So, anyways, out of all the 3 fan films you've done so far, Piggy, what do you think is your best?
Definitely Spider-Man: A New Age. I thought we
Mhm.
put most of our effort and most of our budget, especially into that movie.
Yes. Um. Now, Stan Lee apparently noticed your fan film. What was that like?
I punched a wall when I heard because it's kind of unbelievable that the biggest comic book person in the world is your fan film.
Hmm.
This is a big shocker.
Hmm. Now, where do you see yourself going from here? Like, what fan film do you plan on doing next?
Well, obviously, right now we have Spider-Man 2 Legacy on the way. That's gonna be one of our biggest fan films of this year, especially because
Yeah.
right now it's at a $500 budget right now.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
I think that's a bigger budget than both the 1992 Spider Green Goblin's Last Stand fan film, and I think it might even be bigger than the budget for Spider-Man and Lost Cause.
Love College, I think it's like 750. But
Yeah.
this movie is going to be really good choreographed because I'm really behind the camera the whole time,
Mhm.
and I love to film. It's been a dream of mine to film a movie instead of being in it. So
Mhm.
this movie's going to be perfectly filmed and edited, and it's going to be really good.
Do you plan now? What is the status on the Captain America movie?
Well, it was supposed to come out obviously like after New Age instead of Legacy, but we couldn't find a Captain America actor in time. What we did, but he got quit.
Yeah.
So right now, Captain America's on hold until further due. But it's definitely going to be our next film after Legacy.
Okay, so let's go to the comments section. We have DDS Studios tuning in, and he asks, "Who is one of the other villains of Spider-Man 2 Legacy other than the Chameleon?"
There will be no other villain in Spider-Man 2 Legacy unless you count Kingpin's return. Thomas Lesgrove's reprising his role. If you don't, you could count him as a villain, but he's just a major scene in this movie.
Ah,
It's just Chameleon.
I see. I was just about to ask you if you had any plans to bring back the Kingpin, but
Yeah.
one thing I'm also wondering is, do you ever have any? Well, obviously you're going to have Kingpin. Do you plan on giving him a bigger role than he did it than he had in A New Age?
That's for right now. We really just want to build up the character more
Ah,
because he's kind of on the low side right now. In the Daredevil series that was supposed to happen, Daredevil was supposed to be the big baddie, but I didn't really explain this in the New Age, but Kingpin is kind of KIA, killed in action, but he's faked his own death.
oh,
So he's kind of hiding. We didn't really explain that in the New Age, but yeah, he's hiding, so we
well
can't really.
they did have the post credit scene where he turned out to be alive,
Yeah.
but do you have any plans to introduce Daredevil since you know you have Kingpin in these films?
If we find the right actor that actually fits the role.
Mm. Okay, so we have another question from DDS Studios. What's up next for Piggy Inc. for the Piggy Inc. cinematic universe other than Spider-Man?
Captain America Fight for Freedom.
I see. I remember a couple months ago you announced an Avengers fan film. What is the status on that?
That will be our last film of phase one. That will be right after our Hawkeye series that will take place after
Oh,
film I can't really talk about, but it's going to take place after our Hawkeye series, but that we are in production with.
spoilers! It's PewDiePie the movie. Oh no, I shouldn't have revealed that. Piggy Ink's gonna kill me for revealing that.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so what? How did what inspired you to make Craven the inspiration for making him the villain in Spider-Man: New Age? What got you to do that?
Well, to be honest, Craven is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains.
Mm,
He's always been my favorite villain because he's so built into his motivation of killing Spider-Man. Like he's so motivated to do it. I just think that that's amazing.
yeah.
Someone has that much motivation to actually complete a task. So I
Hmm.
thought there'd be a good thing to introduce him, even as the first movie.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's a good point. And then also, if you've read Craven's Last Hunt, that was just a story that it wasn't a story about a guy who wanted revenge or money or anything. It was just a guy who wanted to be superior.
Yeah. That's one of the great many things of Craven. Like
Exactly.
he doesn't want much out of the task.
Yeah,
He
and
wants to
I wasn't a big fan of Craven up until Craven's Last Hunt because that was really when they kind of elevated him as a character.
one thing that really got me to like Craven was Peter's Web.
Oh yeah,
I loved how they pulled off Craven. That they pulled him off purposely from the comics.
yeah, that was the episodes where they had Craven were based off of Craven's Last Hunt.
Yeah, I did read that comic book. It was really good.
Oh, it's considered one of the best Spider-Man stories of all time.
We were thinking about pulling that out with Spider-Man: A New Age, but for the first film, that would be
Yeah,
too dark.
because you need to develop Peter as a character. I get you.
I'm not looking to spoil anything right now. Like I really think of this as a spoiler motion, but I'm just gonna say this one sentence. It never showed in my movie. It never showed Craven die technically.
Oh, hmm.
Not
Anyways,
saying not saying he's alive or if he's dead. It just never showed him dying.
oh, I see. So one question I have is what obviously, like I've said in other videos, the number of fan film channels on YouTube, it's kind of with all of them, it's sort of become like a community. So, obviously, one of the most iconic ones is Action Inc. So, what are your thoughts on what they're currently doing with Action Inc. with Spider-Man Vengeance and the change of the username to what is it? To Six Side Studios.
I was actually talking to them last week. Me and Cameron have gotten to like each other a little bit more better. I'm actually kind of glad of what they're doing. I'm like it's new, original, the start of a new year. So good to
So,
see new stuff.
yeah, we just got somebody say Orion, an independent film network, says, "Hey guys, hey Orion, I have a lot of respect for it. Well, judging from his username, it looks like he has a channel full of independent films, which are films I have a lot of respect for. So, thanks for tuning in."
Actually, Orion is making the title sequence for Spider-Man 2 Legacy, and he made the intro to our new channel.
I like the title of it, and I like how the font. From what I'm looking at with the logo that he has, I really like that. I think it really fits the mood of.
Orion is a really cool person. Like I was just emailing with him about an hour ago. He's a really cool person.
Yeah. But one thing I was gonna ask is obviously in a society of either really dark or really light-hearted superhero movies, do you plan on making a superhero? Do you plan on making Spider-Man 2 Vengeance? Do you plan, and not Vengeance, Spider-Man 2 Legacy? Do you plan on making it a darker superhero film or a more light-hearted, funsy MCU-ish type of movie?
For Legacy will definitely be our darkest film that we've ever made, mostly due to the fact that Peter's still dealing with a lot of stuff. But when we made Captain America, it'll be one of our most lightest movies that we'll ever make. It'll be really funny, be a lot of fun. Spider-Man 2 would be our darkest movie.
I see. What is your favorite fan film?
My favorite fan film would have to be I would like a fan film, but the Marvel Knights 5 minute like promo type thing.
Ah, I see. Have you seen the trailer for the new series?
I have.
What are your thoughts?
I think that's gonna be good. The one problem that really happened is that they're packing so many villains into a single season.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, it might not run by one consistent story because there are a lot of TV shows where you'll have one episode and then the next episode will just be a completely different story. So maybe they're not running by one ginormous, storyline. I mean, like with Action Inc., when they did the Spider-Man saga, that was very much a one consistent storyline. So I think the reason why because what they could do is they could have like an episode where Scorpion tries to rob a bank, and then by the end of that, Spider-Man could beat Scorpion, and then the next episode could be Carnage trying to kill a bunch of people, and Spider-Man stopping him by the end of the episode, and you'd have a completely different storyline for each episode. Kind of like the latest season of Doctor Who. But anyways, so what is your motivation for putting Chameleon as the next villain?
Well, I played a lot of like I got very inspired from the Joker, so what we're doing is we're kind of mixing it, the Joker with the Chameleon. Chameleon will not, we're not really pulling him off from the 616 because we are basing the movies off of the 616, but Chameleon will not be based off of the 616. It's going to be our own version of Chameleon, like from our point of view of what he should look like. There's this game called Far Cry 3, and the villain of that, we're also kind of basing him off of that with the insanity wise.
I see.
I just want to be something. We don't really want to be using the same villains over and over again because it gets kind of boring after a while.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, yeah.
Venom is so overused. Venom was originally supposed to be in the movie, as you're supposed to know, in Spider-Man: The New Age. But Venom has been so overused now due to the fact of the Avenging Spider-Man. Everybody was using Venom after that, so I just thought it would be cool to not add Venom.
Yeah. So anyways, about Venom, originally you were supposed to have Venom in your film. In Spider-Man New Age. You even sent me a clip back when what's his name was still about to play Spider-Man. Yeah. Yeah, back then, you sent me the clip, and so could you tell us a little bit about what it was going to be like? What his appearance would have been like?
Originally, Eddie wanted Peter to help him finish his father's research because it was supposed to be a two-man job.
Oh.
So, obviously, Peter just started to become Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so he never really had time for that.
I see.
So Eddie started to get really pissed off, and he thought that he could finish his father's work on his own, which he did. Originally, the symbiote, the color was supposed to be blue in our movie because I remember wasn't like the original version of Venom was supposed to be blue or something. It's supposed to be like a hidden snake that like a tiny hint of blue, and then what Eddie did something, made it black, and he said, "Oh, I finished my father's research," and eventually Eddie would have found out that Peter is Spider-Man by going to his house and finding Peter in his full-out suit. And then he would have put on the suit. Eddie would have already known what the suit was capable of, like all the bad stuff. He just wanted to get back on that Spider-Man. So that was supposed to be like the plot of the movie. Craven was supposed to be the main villain of that movie, but not. We just never filmed any Craven scenes. That's why all the clips showed Venom.
Oh, I see. Now, eventually down the line, do you have any intention to eventually use Venom in your films?
major A-list villains yet, but I'm not gonna say no. But at the same time, I'm not gonna say yes.
Okay. Do you ever? I know maybe this is maybe too far down the line, but do you ever plan on making a Spider-Man a whole trilogy of 3 movies at the very least out of your A New Age?
3 movies. Well, for this phase, we're planning on only having 2, maybe like. I don't know. We're not really planning 2. I've had ideas for Spider-Man 3, but I just want to see where Spider-Man 2 goes first, and if people like it.
I see. I see. Would you ever plan, if you ever had spare time, would you plan on doing any non-Marvel films or fan films?
Actually, today we were supposed to film for our new series that was supposed to replace Brothers, which is a series that had nothing to do with our Marvel movies. The new series that should be coming out in February for us is a series about amateur bank robbers, and they're not really like the big A-list bank robbers that we have. These people are very like untrained, and it's supposed to be a comedy series. It's gonna be really funny. I didn't think of the idea. The only thing I'm doing with it is filming it. Our cast members Noah and Taylor thought of this idea, and it's going to be around 3 to 4 episodes.
Now you told me today that you were filming a bit. Was this the thing you were filming? And if not, could you tell us a bit about the new project you're filming?
What do you mean?
Because you said you filmed some footage today. I mean, if there's too many spoilers, then you don't have to tell us. But like, can you tell us a little bit about like what you were filming today? Like what?
We filmed for Spider-Man 2 today.
I see.
We had a head start. I'll just tell you this about Spider-Man 2, what we filmed today. Peter and Hawkeye are going to have a lot of beef with each other in this movie. We're not going to agree on a lot of stuff.
So, anyways, do you ever plan on introducing Mary Jane? Because they started out the series with the death of Gwen.
We're trying to find a Mary Jane actress. If we do end up finding one, that would be great. We tried having a female actress for A New Age, but it's kind of too late because by the time we had like a few picks, like the movie was already mostly finished, there would be no more time.
I see. This just in, everybody. Piggy confirms Mary Jane. Anyways.
If we do end up having like a top 5 lists of possible Mary Janes, we are going to have like auditions and stuff for them to see which one is the best one.
I get you. Yeah.
Because our actors, we're trying to get more professional with our actors. Like, you saw Denny's dad and Uncle Ben in New Age. That was very professional acting.
Oh yeah. Didn't you? Was he the guy who wrote for Spider-Man?
Yeah, he wrote some Spider-Man comics. Actually, he's the guy that works for Marvel.
Do you know a few of the comics that he wrote?
I can look some up. You can actually find him if you look him up.
What is his name?
Tom Field. Look up Tom Field Marvel, and that should show up more results.
Okay. Now you originally said like a while ago you almost got a famous person's son to play Tony Stark.
Yes, we did. We almost got Stephen King's son to play Tony Stark.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Stephen King.
I personally know his son because his son lives around my area. I asked him, I found him and I asked him and he said no, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, you want to be Iron Man? No. So I found Tom Field on the Marvel website, Marvel.com, and I found apparently he wrote some Hulk comics, some Incredible Hulk comics. He wrote Hulk. He's on the Marvel wiki. Let's see.
Have you ever heard of the What If comics, like if Gwen Stacy died?
Yeah, I've read a lot of those. I have like volume 1 of What If.
He sent in like he wrote this script for a What If comic book of the original Fantastic Four, like how they went up into space. He personally hates the idea of how they became the Fantastic Four like originally. So
Yeah.
he made like this script of what if the Fantastic Four never went up into space when they did.
Huh.
And yeah, it included the guy from the Hulk. I forget, is it like a general guy?
Oh, General Ross. General Ross. He's going to be the character is going to be in the next in Captain America Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah, him and J. Jonah Jameson, like apparently they work together to find out some stuff. And it was a really good script from what he told me. But sadly it didn't end up being one in the What If comics.
Trying to find some of the Spider-Man comics. Did he write any Spider-Man comics?
No, he did. He only wrote Hulk.
Yeah, because I was like,
I thought he wrote Spider-Man, but
yeah, because I looked up.
He definitely worked on some Spider-Man comics. I don't know if he wrote any like scripts or stuff for any. But...
Yeah, I have to check with the wiki, but if they're allowed to add trivia to the page, then I'll definitely ask if I can put the fact that Tom Field appeared in the fan film on there.
So if you actually go to the comments section of Spider-Man: A New Age, there's a legitimate movie director who commented on the movie.
Oh wow! Let me go check. Let's check that out right now.
I don't know if he's like professional like Michael Bay, but this guy has directed a few movies. He's on IMDb.
Yeah. I bet what happened was Michael Bay went on your account and we went on your channel, left a comment saying, "Boo! Boo! Horrible movie! Not enough explosions! Not enough orange-skinned girls! How can you call this professional, man?"
His name is Lance Bell.
Oh, let me look him up right now. Well, I'm looking at A New Age right now. So his name is Lance Bell. Let's see. It's Leo Ermigerg Productions. Such ambition and length. Dennis Field also does. Wait, it says it's oh, okay, there we go. Dennis Field also does an excellent job in the role of Peter Parker. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Does an excellent job in the role of Peter Parker, as does the entire cast in their roles. It's also great seeing author Tom Field in his Stanley-like cameo appearances as Uncle Ben. Who knew he could act? I look forward to seeing the sequel and future films from Marcos Lee, as his work shows great potential. Marcos and everyone involved deserve a tremendous round of applause. Yay! For accomplishing this tremendous undertaking on a job well done. Wow. That's pretty good. Let me look up his page on IMDb. See what he.
Before you get into it, someone in the chat said that they can barely hear. Like someone said that we can barely hear Marcos if you can move me closer to like the microphone or something.
Okay. Well, here. Try speaking. Okay. Try speaking, and then tell us in the comment section if you can hear him. So, Marcos, say something. Okay, I'm gonna go to the video, and you guys can let me know if you hear him.
He's made like, from what I've seen, I think he's made like 2 films. One of them, I haven't watched his films, but I'll definitely check some of them out.
Get back on that microphone phone. Uh, let's see. Oh, DDS Studio says, what made you think of the name Piggy Inc?
It's a very long story that will be told some other day.
I think you did tell me. Wasn't it because of Geico?
Yeah, it was because of that Geico commercial with the piggy.
Yeah, oink oink. Yeah.
It really is.
And apparently, I apologize, or Orion. Apparently, is pronounced Orion, not Orion. I just have to think of the Silver Ranger from the Power Rangers season that nobody liked, Super Mega Force. But anyways, so so DDS Studios says, yeah, DDS Studios says, will you and your fellow Spider-Man fan filmers, I didn't know that was a term now, collab in a Spidey crossover fan film?
That would take a lot of time and effort. Not saying that we won't do it, but like the amount of time it would take to get everybody over to where I am at or to where I would be going would cost a lot of gas money and a lot of money that we currently do not have.
I see.
We spent all of our money on Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, and I had an idea for this. Next year, I mean, this February is my 5-year YouTube anniversary. I was thinking of maybe making an interactive YouTube video game thingy to celebrate if I have enough time. The animation might be crappy on the game, but but next year is my 5-year Instagram anniversary, so I was thinking of doing something bigger for that. So I had an idea because I'm working on some animated films, and one idea would be to make a film called Spider-Man Cinco, which would basically be 5 different Spider-Men from 5 different fan films teaming up, including the Spider-Man. So if that were, and that would be animated. So what would happen is all you'd have to do is send your voice in. So I might do that.
One thing we were planning on doing back when Ultimate Spider-Man was still around was, I told you about this, no one.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Verse, yeah.
Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Verse. I was going to keep that for the fans. Actually, if you go into my Ultimate Spider-Man 3 bloopers towards the end, it was called Ultimate Spider-Man versus Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the prologue type thing towards the series of Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and I wrote that.
Yeah, you did write that, but it never got released because the third movie got canceled.
Yeah. Let me tell you about what happens. Spider-Man has some weird fantasies about being in bed with. No, I'm just kidding. What basically happens is the original guy who was supposed to be playing Spider-Man. He was gonna be in it. He was gonna play the Amazing Spider-Man. So it was gonna start with him at like breaking into Oscorp, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I wrote it a while ago. So that because I remember when I was like I went out to dinner with my family, and then like Piggy Inc. started calling me, and I couldn't answer it at first because I was out to dinner, and Piggy Inc. was like, "This is an emergency! This is an emergency!" So I finally got home, and I'm like, "Okay, dude, what is it?" And he's like, "Oh gosh, we need somebody to write this film." And so I basically had like an hour to write it. So what basically happened was it started out with who's the guy who played Osborn in Ultimate Spider-Man 2?
Zach Talbot.
Yeah, Zach Talbot, Spider-Man. He was supposed to break into Oscorp at the beginning, and then he was going to like get a dimensional machine or something, and then Peter was gonna get a text telling him, I can't remember it completely, but Peter was gonna open up a text that was basically from Zach Talbot's Spider-Man, telling him to meet him in this park. So then they were gonna fight. They were gonna meet each other. They were gonna talk and then fight. And then basically at the very end of the skit, Zach Talbot was supposed to basically say, "Oh, there's a glitch in the Matrix, and you were accidentally created by the Beyonders," because that had a big the Beyonders, I believe, have a big role in the multiverse in the Marvel universe, or the multiverse, I should say. Um, so I wanted them to have a big role, and then it was gonna lead to like the world supposedly ending and to be continued. But yeah, I was thinking of maybe doing like a Spider-Man Cinco thing. I might be working on a Spider-Man interactive game or a Power Rangers interactive game because in less than 2 weeks, Power Rangers Task Force is going to come out because it's complete. It's completed pretty much. So I might do something like that. Again, the animation would be crap, but it would be like one of those interactive games where they'd say, "Oh, click on this, and you will get to your destination." So that was gonna. But I am working with Jacob Spidey on an animated film, and we might be making. We. I was hoping to get the permission from Actioning to do Avenging Spider-Man as an animated series or something, but they said they don't want us doing that for reasons I cannot disclose. Um, and but they did say that we were allowed to use the Dawn of Spider-Man franchise. So expect either a sequel or an animated series for Dawn of Spider-Man.
I was talking with Cameron from Action Inc.
Yeah.
And he told me secrets about Spider-Man Vengeance that I can't even like talk about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Spoilers, guys. At the very end, Peter and Harry get into a fight, and then they become love, and then Peter's like, "Yeah, we used to be best friends," and then they feel bad, and then they become lovers, and they have a child together. The end.
Yeah, what's the chat looking at right now?
Huh?
What's the chat looking like? What's the chat looking
It has not updated yet. Let's see how many viewers we have.
It's still 3.
Yes, three. Two viewers. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, anyways, what other questions should I ask? So, do you have any interest in making any DC fan films?
Not really, because I'm not a big DC fan. No.
Would you have any?
If they want to see that, then we will gladly make that.
Anyways, what was the name of the director again who commented on your thing? Lance Stell.
He made short documentaries. I just looked it up.
Hold on, let me get to Google. I'm gonna look up the short documentaries. Anyways, what got you to make a Spider-Man fan film, Ultimate Spider-Man, in the first place?
Actually, I saw a lot of other fan films a year before I started making my own, and it really motivated me to make my own movie and take my own take on it.
Yeah. Do you eventually plan on introducing the Green Goblin?
Not anytime soon.
Let's see. How do you spell Lance Stell's last name?
S-T-E-L.
Huh, I'm not seeing him. Oh, let me look up IMDb.
I spelled Lance right?
How do you spell Lance?
L-A-N-S-E.
Oh, S-E, not C. Oh, I put in C-E. I can't find anybody by that name on IMDb.
Look it up on actual Google search.
That's what I'm doing. Well, let me look it up on IMDb. Did he do Dean Demo Real to Real?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so they've misspelled his name on IMDb. Now let's see. I'm gonna see what the ratings are on that film. Whoa. Ah.
I don't see any.
Yeah, it says awaiting 5 votes.
You know, 13 years ago. So,
Yeah, from 2002.
14 years ago.
Hmm. Well, we're eventually hoping to get bigger stars on the show. Possibly Mr. Rebsian. I sent Mr. Rebsian an email today, and I am currently waiting for a response. But anyways, until then, would you, Piggy Inc., do you obviously you team up with a lot of, you've been noticed by, well, you teamed up with the one comic writer, and you got noticed by Stan Lee. Do you ever have any intention of making your do you ever have any intention of becoming a comic book writer when you grow up?
No, actually, my plan is, I like obviously this might change because I'm only 15, but we're only gonna have 2 phases of our fan films, phase 1 and phase 2, and by that time I would already be graduating out of high school. I found a college up in Maine, for filming movies.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back, Piggy Inc. Yes. Okay, hold on. Well, it looks like I have to end the stream right now.
Really?
Yeah, but it was yeah. Maybe we'll have you on again at some point. I wouldn't mind bringing you back. I don't mind bringing people back on because it's kind of like with SNL where they have a host. But thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Piggy Inc., for coming on the show and answering questions. Bye.